Hey guys, what's up? It's Talon. I'm actually gonna start making YouTube videos again, probably about 2 times a week, probably on like around Saturday and Sundays, typically when I'll upload them. I'm gonna kind of change what I'm doing a bit in terms of how I upload or like what my games are about. I'm more just gonna kind of talk over games instead of just re-uploading things from my stream now. My goal with this is just kind of to like talk about games and just so that people maybe can understand a bit more what I think, because I'll get questions in my stream a lot on Twitch about like why I build something on Varus, or how do I win lane, how do I play with a bad support, how do I do whatever. So I'm just gonna kind of make videos about like specific things, like a game that exemplifies a certain aspect of a game well, or a champion well. Also make like things about building champs and stuff like that. I'll probably like Varus, I think I could make one about building. So I'll do a bit more research into the crit builds and the AP builds, so I can kind of talk about the weaknesses and strengths of all of them. But yeah, like in general, I just want to make this like a casual thing where I'm just talking over my thoughts during games and while I'm doing things. It probably won't be the best quality content, like it'll just be me talking about a game, kind of relaxing. And since I review my games anyways, I thought I might as well talk over some of them. I'm gonna try to make some that are stomps, some that are, you know, me losing early game, coming back in the late game. Some might be losses that I play bad in and can learn from. Really just whatever. But I'm gonna start this, get into champ select, just to talk about first, I guess, what I'm thinking in champ select for this game. So I wanted to get a Varus gameplay, so I kind of wanted to pick him no matter what. But typically you're gonna want to pick Varus. One, when you have a support who works well with him, which he can work with any support, but either supports that are really good at poking, like Karma, or a support that has really good engage that you can combo your ult with, like a Nautilus, a Leona, a Thresh, stuff like that. Anything that will help you dominate lane, because that's your goal as Varus, is to win lane, at least in a majority of the matchups. And then in terms of the opponents, you typically would prefer them to not have a ton of stuff that can dive onto you, because Varus is no mobility, so if you're just diving onto him, it's going to be bad. And then in terms of your laning matchup, you want to be against a short range ADC if possible. Varus is a very good counter into things like Draven, Lucian. He counters Kai'Sa in lane, counters Tristana in lane. The only problem is Kai'Sa later on in the game can end up ulting onto you and dealing a lot of damage. But yeah, typically for the lane, you're going to want to be having the range advantage. And so they pick Kai'Sa here. It's a great game for Varus. We just have the better poke in lane, so what we're going to be doing is just trying to focus on doing that. And then when I look at their comp, I see their jungler is probably Shen. It does end up being Shen. It could have been Fiora, but it ends up being Shen. And so what I'm thinking about here is, when is Shen going to gank me? He could gank at level 3. I wouldn't be surprised. So I kind of have to keep that in mind, that it's possible he could gank me. But I do want to get priority in this lane so that I can help my jungler if I see my jungler come towards me. But yeah, in general for this lane, just want to poke them out. I gotta be aware of the Pyke level 1 camping in a bush. That's what I should have been thinking about, but you'll see at the start of the game I'm not thinking about that, and I almost get caught by that. But yeah, this is also in Legendary ranked. We're like top 300. I reached Vanquisher today. Pretty cool. So we're in like the top 200 for Legendary rank, so I can post more games from Legendary ranked and some games from playing just regular ranked too. Just kind of whatever. They have mid Misfortune. That's really weird. She is airy. Kind of strange. But yeah, the main focus is going to be laning today. So in general, in lane as Varus, what I'll do is I'll shoot 2 arrows. If I hit both my arrows, I'm going to be very aggressive in lane. I'm going to try to auto attack people a lot. If I hit 1, I can still be aggressive, but I probably want to hit 1 or 2 more arrows later on before I kind of start auto attacking a lot more, because you don't typically want to auto attack much in lane as Varus. And if I don't hit any, then I'll just continue to play back until I end up getting them low enough. Basically, my goal as Varus is to never get auto attacked by the other ADC, because I have enough range to never need to. There's a Pyke hook, almost screwed me over there. So yeah, my first arrow here, it ends up being a miss, so I still gotta wait a bit. I see Pyke waste Ignite, which lets me know that I can be more aggressive because they don't have as much kill threat onto me now. Then he hooks my Karma, so I just try to get an auto attack back on Kai'Sa, since she's worried about auto attacking the champion who just got. But and you see, all I did was 1 arrow and 2 auto attacks on Kai'Sa, and she's already half HP. And the reason for that is because of my runes. Like, I have Airy and Scorch, which are both early game runes that allow you to poke people down really fast. I see she took her fruit and I still get another arrow on her. She's half HP now with all this poke I'm doing with my Airy Scorch alongside my Karma, so I know that I can just continue to be aggressive now with how low HP she is. Even if their jungler ends up ganking, it's not going to affect me. They might be able to kill my Karma, but in terms of myself, I'm not really killable because I have flash and everything too. So I'm going to continue to play aggressive and try to poke them out as much as possible. I know that if I hit one arrow on Kai'Sa, she'll be in range for me to kill her with my my second ability plus my arrow. So I'm just trying to wait for her to walk up so that I can punish her, get her low enough to arrow. I end up hitting an E on her. I used my W too early here. I should have done one more arrow. That was a dumb mistake of me. And now I see that their jungler is obviously ganking us here, so I'm just gonna continue to auto attack him because I know he's gonna go for Karma since that's the low target. He does end up getting first blood, unfortunately. Not much I could really do there. Just kind of getting damage off onto people when they're ganking. That's a really important thing, is to make sure when you're not the target of the damage, that you're auto attacking whoever the damage dealer on the enemy team is. That way they're not able to just get out for free. I have priority in this lane, so I can rotate to help the Rengar here get a pretty easy kill. Juke the pike hook, and then just W, arrow, and he's dead. So all that's possible because I've been poking them out in lanes so much that Kai'Sa had to back, and I was able to push the minions under their turrets, so they have to deal with minions while I can go help my jungler fight the Shen, and that just gave us a free kill. I get a kill. That's kind of how I'm going to initially snowball this game, is by getting that advantage there. And then I see Pyke's low enough, so I'm looking for a potential ult onto him if he overextends, and I can get another auto attack or two on him. It's going to be harder now that he has ults. But one more arrow on the Kai'Sa and she's pretty low. Like, they still can't do much. And since Shen just ganked here, I know he's probably going to be on blue side now, the other side of the map, just because his camps are up on the blue side of the map, but his red buff is not up because he'd farmed it earlier. At least I'm pretty sure that he did. So I'll get another nice arrow. I think I hit them both there. Since my jungler's here, again, aggression is what we want to continue to put onto them. We just want to shove the lane and potentially look for a back since my mana is quite low. And I have my entire first item. You should always be able to get mana immune before the first dragon. If you can't, then that's just going to be pretty problematic. Pyke goes too aggressive here. Get an easy ult on him and he's dead. There's Shen ults onto the Kai'Sa there, so kind of sucks. Kai'Sa is low enough for me to arrow her, so if I end up getting enough mana for arrow, I can kill her, but I don't believe I do end up getting enough mana. I'm just waiting here looking in case I do. But yeah, I see that 4 minutes, and that means that there's a minute until dragon, and typically I want to get it back off around like a minute to 30 seconds before dragon. That way I can get as much items as possible and still be there in time for the dragon to help out if my team does decide to fight. I'm looking at their armor numbers here to decide on what to build. Typically if I see a majority of their team has over 60 armor by like 5 or 6 minutes, or that I know they're going to build a lot of armor soon, I'll go for Cyrilda's, because that's going to give you a percentage of armor penetration, which means the higher the armor is, the better it is in terms of damage. But Youmuu's Ghostblade's typically better when I want to target someone who's squishy, who's only going to have around 50 to 60 armor max and not really build any armor. And since they have a couple squishies in this game, I think I end up deciding that I go for Youmuu's, just because I know their armor numbers aren't going to increase much at all. Now here we're shoving them under tower right before drag, and they're also low HP, which means that they don't really have an opportunity to rotate for drag. So I just want to continue poking them out so that they can't actually pressure the drag at all. You see I get the Pyke flash out now. Like, all this stuff in lane that we're doing is allowing us to get a free dragon, basically. We see Shen even coming for us, but this doesn't matter because, again, Kai'Sa's too low to do anything. Like, she can't go on me. She's way too low. She'll just die if she does. Instead, they try to gank, but I have my ult here, and it's going to hit 3 people, so I'm just going to spread. I saw a little thing show up that shows that Pyke got hit by my ult when he was invis, so I arrowed where I saw that. That's how I got the kill there. So yeah, I mean, we got the dragon and we got a kill. I'm 3-0 at this point in the game, super strong. Like, at this point, I just want to continue arrowing people as much as possible, because about 4 arrows, if my last arrow I also use my second ability, will kill someone. And he's low enough right now to die, so I walk forward, I hit him with the arrow and the W, and he's dead. So I think an important thing to talk about there is the W, my second ability. You only really want to use that when they're low enough to die to an arrow, or when they're around, like, I'd say anytime they're half HP or lower, you could use the W on them. And it's going to be good because it's going to get them really low. It deals more damage the lower they are, and it just increases your damage of your arrows and your auto attacks. But you don't want to use that too much because the cooldown is pretty high, so you want to use that pretty sparingly. But you want to test that when you're first playing Varus. If you haven't played a lot of it, you kind of just want to use your W and see how much damage you can deal, because you'll be really surprised at how high health I can execute people at when I have the W. So you just kind of test that. Again, here I just make an alt flash play on the Kaisa, and I'm gonna end up getting them both. So the last important thing to talk about, like, during the lane phase, is your stacks on your passive. So what I mean by the stacks is basically anytime you auto attack someone as Varus, you're gonna put an orb around them. And if you arrow or third ability after there's an orb on someone, the orb will pop and do magic damage. And you can get up to 3 orbs. Obviously, if you have more orbs, you're gonna do more damage. And so you get these orbs by either auto attacking someone, every auto attack gives an orb, or if you ult someone, the orbs build up to 3 orbs. So anytime you ult someone or you've auto attacked them a lot, you want to make sure you get either your arrow or your third ability on them to just deal max damage to them. And that's why typically I'll ult someone, then I'll W, because I know that I'm going to deal more damage with my stacks, and it's going to make my stacks deal more damage, and then I'll arrow them. So I have my item here, so I want to just back. Getting Youmuu's here is just going to make me probably like 3-shot Misfortune and Isa, honestly. And then I go for the Ionian boots. That's always the boots you want to go for, unless you're getting, unless you need Merc Treads or Plated Steel Caps, because there's either a lot of auto attackers dealing a lot of damage to you, or you'll want to go Plated Steel Caps if there's a lot of AD damage on the other team with auto attackers, and you'll want to go Merc Treads if they have a lot of CC, or like say like an Ari or some magic damage champion that's going on to you a lot. So at this point in the game, I see that I have their turret obviously taken already, so the smart thing to do here would be to start going towards mid and spreading my advantage that I have through other lanes. Typically when you're ahead, you want to be roaming so that you can kind of kill people in other lanes and just spread your advantage that way. You can snowball the game faster. So you saw I shoved the top lane there. That way I don't have to worry about Kaisa taking the tower. Then I go towards mid. And I see Shen's here. I'm going to try to help catch him out, but I don't even think they'll need my help. They'll just kill him without me. See Rengar gets him there. That's good. So yeah, once you're at this point in the game, you're very ahead. Like, I think this is actually a problem a lot of people have, is ending games where they're ahead too. After you have this advantage and you're pushing through mid and everything, if you can't take a turret, just go into the enemy jungle and take their jungle camps. Like, you're denying so much gold from the enemy jungle if you just take these camps. Like, not only are you gaining gold, but you're denying them gold, so it's like twice the value. So here you can see I'm going in mid and going for a kill. But after this, I should be going to their jungle before I end up backing here. So if I'm smart, I'll go try to take their blue buff or their Gromp if it's up. So I see their Gromps, or their blue buff's not up, but their Gromp is. So I'm gonna go take that. I hope I take it. I do take it. That's good. So yeah, just taking jungle is kind of a bit of a helpful thing. Just again, like I said, to deny gold. So now I'm backing here. Probably gonna start building Cyrildas. And then I think that's Herald spawning I see, so since Herald spawning, I want to go towards mid first. I want to push mid out. That way they have to deal with the mid wave, and then we can go towards the Herald to just secure it pretty easily. I mean, we cut out Pike here, so it should just be free at this point. Dragon's also spawning soon, so we'll want to be able to get towards that if possible. Shen gets caught out here though, so I'm gonna chase him. He's like 1 HP. I go for the alt flash and I miss? Oh my god. I'm so bad. We managed to survive though with the stasis, and we got a kill, so I guess it wasn't that bad, but yeah, don't worry about that, guys. Rank 1 Varus, by the way. That's why we're not rank 1 Varus anymore. We're like top 10. We used to be rank 1, but I've been playing other champs and stuff. Yeah, so I int here. A horrible play for me. What I should be doing is going towards dragon or going into their red side because I have mid push. I can go to their red, take their raptors, take everything. Instead, I'm running into their turret and being dumb. But at this point in the game, we're probably gonna win anyway since we're so ahead. So it probably doesn't end up mattering. I don't know why I'm saying this like I don't know the outcome of the game. But yeah. At this point in the game, just gonna continue to go through mid. I want to just get mid wave shoved, go into their jungle. That's my goal here, and then play for objectives whenever they spawn. It's really not that complicated. Once you're ahead of this much, like you can pretty much fight anyone. So if anyone ever comes towards me or I see an opportunity for a kill, I'll definitely go for it. I could even be taking my own jungle right now. When you're ahead on an ADC, it's fine to take your enemy or your teammate's jungle too, depending on the champion he is. But Rengar kind of needs gold, so I should leave this stuff for Rengar. But if you have a tank jungler like a Rammus, for example, then feel free to take their farm. It's more helpful for you than it is for them. So yeah, I see an opportunity to take a turret. Again, I can walk through their jungle to take it because I have the mid wave push. That's so important, getting the mid wave push so that you can walk into their jungle and do whatever you want. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's just really important. It's one of the biggest ways to snowball a game. But yeah, I'm just looking for picks here. I see Kai'Sa. I'm like, maybe she walks up and is dumb and then I kill her, but she doesn't. So now I'm just gonna probably look to back since I have Cyrilda soon. But knowing me, I'll probably greed some dumb kills. That's typically what I do at this point in the game, is I get cocky and just greed kills. There's Fiora. Maybe that's a kill opportunity. Oh. Yeah, so again, I want to take their Gromp. You saw me like flashing my third ability towards it. Looks like Rengar ends up taking it, so I don't need to. I'm just gonna instead camp here in case someone comes. Nobody ends up coming. Going back towards mid, since now I see the mid waves meeting back at mid, and I want to get it shoved again so that we have the access into their jungle. That's kind of like, again, when you snowball a game, there's not much to think about since you're ahead so much, but doing these like simple things instead of just greeting for kills will definitely improve your win rate and stop you from throwing games. So if you ever have problems with like losing games that are in really good positions, this might be why. You might be focusing too much on kills and not enough on taking their jungle and that type of thing. But yeah, I think I've beaten that point to death, so we'll move on. We just see more kills here, which I'm again greeting for. I don't really need to go for this, but I might as well. I think do I snipe? I do sniper, okay. Not too horrible, I guess. Sometimes we hit arrows. We want to see if we can get inhib here. I don't think we'll end up getting it, but we might as well try. As long as once we back out, we take their jungle, it should be fine. If I don't take their jungle, I'm gonna be mad at myself. Oh, well, Pyke ends up hooking me. Got a stasis. Okay, I barely hit the stasis in time. Flash out. And we get the snipe onto Pyke. Okay. A bit greedy again for me. You see, like, these are the opportunities I have to lose the game, is when I'm going for pushes like this, where I almost get caught out, I almost die, I almost throw the game, give a huge shutdown to them. Just because I'm not playing the game properly. What I should be doing, like I've been saying, is just playing more for objectives and for their jungle, and then make them come to me, but instead just forcing myself into them and being really dumb. Luckily, because we're ahead, it works out fine. The next dragon should probably be spawning in about a minute. I'm not really too sure, but roughly that time. Again, just greeting for kills. At this point, we're just A-ramming because, you know, it's NA, baby. Like, we don't use our brains. We just A-ram and try to kill everyone, I guess. Yeah, I think we can get the inhib here, though, so it works out. Just ult them. That might be the end of the game here. I think we can end. Wait, yeah, okay. Nice. So yeah, guys, I mean, just kind of let me know what you thought about this video. Again, it's not meant to be like some crazy content, or I'm not, you know, the most entertaining or anything. Just kind of talking through games, what I did right and wrong, like my thoughts, just in case anyone wants to, you know, see more than just my streams and learn some things that I'm thinking, even if they're not always correct. You know, maybe you have other opinions. Oh, I didn't mean to pause that. Maybe you have other opinions on like how I could have played the game better. You want to share, or maybe you have ideas for other videos. Any of those things, you know, let me know. I also stream on Twitch. I'm sure that's where most of the viewers, if any viewers are here, are from, is from my Twitch. So you can check that out if you want. Apart from that, I think that's it for the video. I'm gonna try to make another video on Sunday if possible. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.